Hello, my name's Nisha and I'm the YogicAmnesiac. Today we're going to be talking about discouragement and what to do when you don't feel like getting on your mat. In this video, we'll talk a little bit about how to overcome discouragement, and a few of these tips can also be used to help prevent it. So you can take and pick and choose whatever you'd like and figure out what works best for you. Something that can sometimes really help is finding a pose that one day you want to be able to do, sort of like a goal, but, a physical, this is what I want to be able to do, as opposed to maybe something more like feeling better or being stronger, something that you can really see when you've accomplished. I think one of the best ways to pick a pose that you want to work towards is find one that you think looks really fun or really challenging and something that you'll feel really accomplished once you're able to do it. One thing you can do that leans more towards the prevention side would be creating a routine for yourself. And by that I mean, do you want to do it every day? Do you want to do it twice a week, once a week, whenever you feel like doing it? But pick a specific time and day that you feel like would work for you, and that way you'll create this routine that when you break it, you're going to feel really weird that you're not doing yoga that day. Maybe you have been practicing regularly though, and you're feeling stale or bored in your practice. Try switching it up. Look at new styles of yoga, new practices, new instructors even, and find something that works for you. You might find that you really liked the original thing more and you go back to what you were doing before, or maybe you'll find something new that you want to try for a while, or maybe you'll stick with it forever. Who knows? A big factor in being discouraged can actually just be getting down on yourself about not being able to do something or feeling different or something like that. It's really important that you're not comparing yourself to others, whether that's another person in your class or your instructor. We all have different limits and we all do things differently. So keep in mind that even if someone can do something, there are always going to be nuances between people who look like they're doing poses exactly the same. Also, don't be worried if there are poses that you simply cannot do. I can't do the pose half moon, which is a one-leg balance pose. Depending on who you talk to, there are two poses with the same name. But if you want to look it up, this is the one-legged balance pose. It causes me a lot of pain, and obviously I can't do it. So just keep in mind that just because you can't do a pose doesn't mean that's necessarily bad. It just means that your body is different. Maybe you're just feeling like you're not progressing like you wish you could have. A really good thing to do about that is actually to start a little yoga journal. My dance teacher introduced me to that, and in things like dance and yoga, it's really hard to see progress. Pretty much what you would do is write down in this journal after every single time you practice your struggles, your achievements, improvements, your goals, how you're progressing towards your goals. You could even write things like inspirational quotes or doodles. It's really whatever you want it to be. It can even be part of another daily journal you might have. If you keep a journal at night or in the morning or something like that, you can include this in there if you'd like. I find it's better to write directly after your practice just because everything's fresh in your mind. But there's nothing wrong with writing in it whenever you feel like it. But what if you're just having a bad day? You're not in a slump that goes over months or weeks or something like that. It's honestly just one day. Really? You could just take the day off. There's nothing wrong with that. Like I always say, doing something that you enjoy or taking care of yourself is an act of yoga. Another option would be to do a really easy practice. Maybe you just do a couple stretches, you do a tree pose in the kitchen while you're waiting for something in the microwave, whatever. That can really help kickstart your practice. If you even roll out your mat and do a few stretches, you might find yourself developing into a full practice or something close to a full practice, and you'll feel even better after that. And if you're really not feeling a practice, or you're feeling really lazy, maybe you're really bummed out, really sick, or something like that, and you're just staying in bed right now, or maybe in the morning or at night, you can do yoga in your bed. I'll do that on days when I feel really bad or sick, or maybe I can't sleep or I'm having trouble waking up even. I'll usually do a couple really easy poses, and even from that, it might develop into some weird full bed routine. Maybe yoga in general just isn't working for you, and this could be just a one-day thing or for a long period of time. Maybe it's time to try changing it up. You could go for a walk, run, swim, even just play with a pet. It's really important to get yourself moving every day if you can. So why not try and do something different if it's available to you? One of the biggest things you can also do is ask someone for help. you can always ask a yoga instructor. This is what we're here for, is to help you with your yoga practice. So of course this is what we want to do. But you can also always talk to your family or friends. I find it's really nice to practice yoga with just one person. It lets you do your own sort of fun practice and not have to worry about other people. But maybe you want to do your practice alone. If you've been going to group practices for a while or something like that, it might be time to just have a little solitude and some time to yourself. And if you've been going to group practices and working with instructors a lot, you might even have your own practice or routine that you can put together by yourself. That being said, there are a bunch of videos out on YouTube and the internet and everywhere that you can use also. And the most important thing to take out of all of this is just take care of yourself. Whether that means you need to get on the mat or you really don't need to get on the mat. There are some days that doing yoga may not be right for you. And don't push yourself. Like I said before, it's an act of yoga. So that's it for my tips. I actually found a really cool resource online. I'll put the link in the description so you can check it out. It's not mine, it's someone else wrote it, but I really liked it and I really think if this kind of thing is what you struggle with, it might be worth looking at. So don't forget to leave a comment down below. Let me know if you're struggling with your practice, how I can help you, how maybe you can help other people with tips and tricks, or if you just have something you want to tell me, hit me up down there. Don't forget to like this video, it always really helps us out, and subscribe. It's the best way for YouTube to let you know if I've released any new videos. Namaste.